Am I the a-hole for not wanting my wife's nephew with us anymore after finding out he's been taking my underwear? I'm 29 meters in this bizarre situation at the moment and need others' input. My wife's nephew 18 was having problems with his mom for a while. We don't know the full details, but considering how awful she is as a person, we didn't blame him for wanting out of that house. His dad's not in the picture. Rest of the family lives too far from where he's going to school and his job. He asked if he could come live with us, and we were more than happy to help him out. Don't know when exactly the situation started, only that I began noticing over the last couple of months that my boxer briefs were going missing whenever it was time for me to do laundry. As in, I'd only find a couple in my hamper when I tried doing laundry. I thought it was weird, but didn't think anything of it. I keep it in the closet, so figured maybe they fell out when I toss all my dirty clothes in there. But it started to get even more noticeable when I actually had to buy more because I had no idea why they were disappearing. My wife just thought I was losing them by not paying attention. Then I went into the storage room guest room where her nephew is staying. I was looking for some supplies we keep there in the closet, and then I found a laundry bag in one of the drawers. All of my underwear were in there. A whole big pile were stuffed in there, and I couldn't believe it. I asked my wife first if she had any idea about this, and she was just as surprised as I was. We had a sit down with him. Didn't bring up what I found, but asked him directly if he knew why my dirty underwear was disappearing from my hamper. He tried playing dumb at first. He's a horrible liar, and then we told him what we found. It was an awkward conversation. He kept refusing it was him who took them then. When he did confess, he didn't want to say why. Honestly, I just felt grossly violated. He was looking through my hamper and taking out my underwear for God knows how long, keeping them hidden in his room for I don't know what reasons, and it was an uncomfortable thought. My wife fully supported when I told her I'm not comfortable with him staying with us anymore, and we sent him back to his mom's. Of course, her whole family is upset about it. My wife confided in her other sister what happened, and she decided to inform the whole family. They admit that's kind of gross, but it's not like he was stealing money and we shouldn't have thrown him out for only that reason. My wife is getting it the hardest because they're her family and I feel bad for her being caught in this. However, I'm just no longer comfortable having him here knowing what he was doing. Am I the a-hole? Okay. Besides the fact he stored your dirty briefs in a bag, highly unsanitary, he was stealing underwear. If it was your wife's underwear, I'd imagine the whole family would be up in arms and yelling at him, possibly calling him a creep amongst other things. But because it was your underwear, you're just magically supposed to be okay with that. It's a whole other issue he wasn't taking it to wash and wear, just storing it. Straight up. EWW. I'd be uncomfortable with him around too. But he wouldn't even give you an answer. Best thing to do was ask him to leave. He's not homeless, in fact he just had to go back home. If grandma and others don't like it, they can house the brief thief. You had every right to ask him leave after such an uncomfortable situation. He may need help too. I'm not sure if counseling or something. Maybe the in-laws can band together and help in that way, instead of attacking your wife. NTA. I mean, let's be real. He was definitely not just storing them. Like, that's a nice fantasy, but sorry, off the wall thought. He was selling them online to underwear fetishists, claiming they were worn by him. It's not like he was stealing money. Bro, I can make more money. I can't make myself UN violated. You're not the a-hole. Exactly. I would be so uncomfortable around this person for the rest of my existence. Like, this is the thing OP noticed, because it had a noticeable outcome: less underwear. But what weird things didn't the OP notice? That would keep me up at night. You're not the a-hole. He violated your trust and your privacy. You're not the a-hole. I'm 100% positive. If he was stealing your wife's underwear, no one would blame her for wanting him out. And while it's weird, gross, and intrusive no matter when in the laundry cycle it's taken, it's particularly creepy that it's dirty. He was going into your bedroom, going through your hamper, and stealing your dirty underwear. He then took so many pairs you had to buy new ones, and kept them hidden in his closet. I don't care who you are, why you do it. Invading the privacy of someone's bedroom to steal and collect their dirty underwear is a hard no. For the family who thinks you are in the wrong, please tell them that, since they find this acceptable enough, it should be overlooked, that they should invite him to stay with them. You're not the a-hole. He was stealing. If he needed new underwear, he should have asked. Plus, he was taking dirty underwear. That's less he needs new ones, and can't say it, and sounding more like some odd fetish. Yuck. Major violation. He's definitely not poor. He had plenty of clothes he brought with him, so for sure it's not a lack of underwear. Yuck indeed. I'm very disturbed by it. Yeah. It's creepy. And honestly, who wants to live with a thief? What would he start stealing next? You're not the a-hole. What in oblivion did I just read? You sir are you're not the a-hole. Family loves to play blame game. States away or not, no one is stepping up to do anything about it, and easy to say you should get over it when it's not happening to them. Dang, just good luck with this one. Show doggy. You're not the a-hole. People would probably be more horrified and quick to jump on the sexual reasoning if it had been your wife. However, I want you to know that your gender doesn't matter. This is probably sexual. If he didn't want to give you a reason, it is gross and creepy. I wouldn't want him at my house either, even if he was taking my husband's underwear and not mine. You're not the a-hole. Your wife's nephew needs help, and your feelings of discomfort are valid. At 18 he should know better than to do that kind of thing. You're not the a-hole, and you're right, he needs to go. I'm a gay man and dudes' underwear are a huge turn on. Especially sweaty. There's even a fetish market for it. This is no different than a family member stealing your wife's lingerie. Creepy. You're not the a-hole. Of course he found enjoyment sniffing your underwear. You were actually nice to him. OP. Just making him leave. I suspect that a group of his friends or roommates might be quite angry if he did this to them. Since he's only 18. He may yet get himself into a heap of trouble. You're not the a-hole, but he may be struggling with his sexuality and is fetishizing you. I don't know how else to put that. If he is, you really don't owe him anything, and it's obviously uncomfortable for you and a violation. If there is a safe community for him, that might help. LGBTQ. You're not the a-hole. This is a boundary stomped too far. There's nothing necessarily wrong with your wife's nephew wanting to duck you. After all, we can't control who we are attracted to, but for him to act on those feelings and to go round sniffing or wanking into your used undercrackers is bang out of order. You shouldn't be expected to live with that. A nephew needs to learn that he can't be doing that shit. He's obviously embarrassed about it, so he knows it's wrong. Please subscribe.